ask you. I know what I gave you. Please tell me what you gave me. Now let me ask you.
Hello people, it's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing. So I think you have seen these faces already. Today we'll be talking about a kind of sensitive topic. I mean, usually they say women are sensitive when it comes to money, or maybe emotions, and men are sensitive when it comes to money. And then people expect to exchange those things. So I have similar faces on my left and on my right. I think here we have
Chari
and
Hassan.
Okay, cool. So today we'll be talking about, would you marry a woman who earns more than you? Some modern men find it cool, some African men don't find it cool, but in the African context, you know what that means when a woman earns more than you. But I just want you guys to express yourself. First, as usual, I ask the question, would you marry a woman who earns more than you?
I think for me it's going to depend, but I think 80 or 70% of my answer will be maybe no, but it's going to depend for me.
70% of your answer is going to be no.
Like no, yes, or 60%.
But it depends.
It depends, yes, it really depends.
Cool. You?
I came one answer tonight.
Okay.
Never.
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 There's no way I'm getting married to a
No
woman.
matter what.
There is no way I'm getting married to a woman who earns more than me.
Okay, as usual, I just like to ask questions and try to understand. And usually I like to remind people, like, it's not like it's one against the other, or somebody's right, somebody's wrong. We're just exchanging ideas, having these conversations to provoke the thought, and hopefully we all learn. That's my biggest takeaway from these things. We all learn from each other's idea, and then we live better. So first, looking at the divorce rates, I think we've touched a couple of topics with regards to relationships and marriage and all of those things. I think financial reasons are like the second on some list and like third on some list when it comes to reasons why people divorce. So I think it's very, very important to be aware of some of those details before moving into these relationships. Finance is very important when it comes to romance, or as one artist would say, finance over romance. So first I want to just ask you, when you say it depends, going to the depends, what are the depending factors there?
Okay, for me generally I hold that money, it's really would really x-ray what somebody really is. Money is really a determinant factor for people's transactions, their emotions, their feelings, how they act and all of that. So generally, especially in our African context, a man is the provider. He's the one that works and has the burden of taking care of a family, while a woman is a nurturer. So generally it comes with a level of, how can I say, respect for the man, and a level of holding him on a higher backing because of what he does. Now money, especially to most women, it can really be a determining factor for them for choosing a spouse or something like that, or also with their character generally. So if the dynamics of a marriage is based on, in the African context, based on the fact that the husband is the head, is the provider and all of that, then the woman is the nurturer, and regardless of that, her money, prior to even the marriage, she gives or accords to me the respect that I deserve.
Question mark.
Yes.
How you be the provider when she's the one bringing the money?
The earning, that's why it is earning. You don't say providing in the question.
No, but
No,
it is her money.
It's her money.
Yes.
It does not mean that I would not work.
Yes, but let's say you earn 100,000 francs, she earns 600,000 francs.
Yes.
Sum total, who is providing for that house?
Providing for the house.
Yeah,
There's a high.
100,000 is lacking.
There
Knock
is.
it up.
I know, but there's a high probability that I will take much of the burden of providing for the house. And for me,
It's tricky.
no, it's.
Wait, let me go into the detail, right?
Yes.
She has 500,000 francs, you have 100,000 francs.
Yes.
Rents, I'm assuming that kind of woman, that kind of couple, your rent should be like 100,000 francs or 150.
Yes.
Now, if you start having children, the children want to go to a certain kind of school. So I'm assuming that monthly expense most of the time will come to almost 30% for those who can manage, and some people go right up to 70% of their revenue.
Yes.
So if it comes to 30%, that means that you guys might need to spend maybe 400,000 francs a month.
Yes.
You have 100,000 francs. Incomes put together become 600,000 francs. You
Yeah.
only 400,000 francs. She means definitely she's providing 300. You are giving all of your 100. Now, what will you use to drink with your friends? What will you take care of your own family? What will you? What will you? What will you? Now, in that case, if you are giving 300, you are giving all of your 100. Though it's not even possible to give all of your 100. But let's just assume they give all of your 100 and she gives
Yeah.
300. Who is the provider in the house?
Now, that is why when I was analyzing everything, one, I made into account one, the respect. Two, even when I was talking, I said to an extent, no, 70% is hinging on no, because there's a characteristic that most, let me say 90% or 95% of women have. Generally, that if they are the ones that the money comes on everything, they become very disrespectful or in a type of way,
But
trying to be. You
On
understand?
the other hand, at
Yes.
times, even when the woman is not being disrespectful,
Yes.
you are just sensitive because she tells you, please give me that glass. Normally, if you're the man of the house, you just give her the glass and
I
keep
think-
moving. But when she asks you to give me that glass, you'll be like, do you think that you are sending me around because you make more money? Because. So it's a very. No, I'm just saying that.
No, yeah. I think-
That your bet is very risky.
No, I
because,
think as you are saying that it is generally the ego of a man. You get
yes.
the ego of a man. To me, I understand that the ego of a man is very essential in his life, either to work or to make money or to go
So
on.
if you don't have money, are you going to pipe down that ego?
That ego, I will have to pipe it down.
Okay, 1, 2. It means you can no longer be the provider. That bird of you can have 100,000 and you are the provider is not possible.
Yes.
So it means you will not be the provider. In the
And
house.
one thing that I want also to make you to know is that it is from a perspective that you are looking at this. Is it a perspective that if your wife is earning more than you get an incentive or a boost for you to hustle more as a man?
That's future tense.
Or,
We hope
no,
that you also.
that is why I'm saying personal for me, because I really like challenges generally.
No, but you're also she also. So
Exactly.
imagine a woman
So-
who is starting up at 500. Her growth trend is already showing that she'll surely end up at 6 million by the time she's retiring.
And I'm starting at 100,
100.
and that is the beauty of being a man generally. And because
What's
for
the
me,
beauty?
a
I don't know that
man
beauty.
generally, a man, his life, let me say, like it mostly said, nature is kind to woman, time is kind to men.
Yeah.
By the time you as a man, you are going and you're working steadily and you are trying to invest and all of that, by the time you hit a certain type of age or you hit a certain type of experience and you have garnered and all of that, there's a high probability that the money that you can make in one day
No.
will be really, really more.
But don't fool yourself, right? In some of those couples now, when it happens that somebody has to remain in the house, who
Yeah.
remains in the house?
I cannot remain.
No, you have to be the house husband.
No, if my wife has money, then we are still going to get somebody to take care of the children.
No, I'm saying that we need, at times when you get a house help, right? They want some personal touch. You don't want to abandon your children with the house help.
Yes.
Like you see some of these couples, I think like this Angela Merkel or some of these couples where the woman is really successful.
Yes.
When someone has to pull back, because in every couple, somebody must compromise and pull back. It's not necessarily
Yes,
staying at home.
Yes,
full time,
yes, yes.
But somebody has to pull back. Because her income is higher, you have to pull back.
Yeah. Okay, now let me ask you something.
Yes.
So these dynamics that now we are discussing about,
Yes.
all of these dynamics and all that, do you now need to analyze that a woman who has money to a certain extent, right,
Yes.
does not deserve a man that maybe earns low and high in any way?
I think that's a recipe for
No,
disaster.
because when you talk about a recipe for disaster, right, the issue is, okay, like let me say for instance,
Yeah.
if you work, I feel like everything is based on ego and understanding. And if we start understanding that marriage is more of a partnership than a competition,
Yes.
I think that is really a prerequisite for something.
No, but
Because
that's why
that's what I'm saying,
I
that
want
there's
us
a
to
level of
list
disrespect.
all of the elements which are there so
Yes.
that I'm not saying that it's impossible, but
No.
it's good to be honest with yourself and know that I'm getting married to this woman, she earns more than me.
Yes.
That entails that buzz of, or that shoulder of I am the provider, you are not the provider. What some couples do just to camouflage is the woman has to take her money and give you. Then you are now paying the bills to act as if you are the provider.
So-
leave all of that act as if,
So,
just
okay.
assume the position.
Okay, now let me. That is why I basically said there's a level of respect that if she accords to you, normally 90 to 95% of women, when they earn like that, normally there is going to be a type of way of how can I say, their shoulders are high or
No, it just comes with
It
the
just comes, you understand? saying.
It's not like she's being disrespectful.
But that is why I'm saying that if you have a woman,
yes,
that she's still, regardless of the money, because I believe that money is very, very telling on someone's, in fact, character and everything. You see, if a man that is poor, they say, oh, this man is very faithful. But when he start having money, things become wild. So you see that his real character was sitting under poverty.
True.
You get? So now the issue is, for me, I see it as also a very telling issue, especially before we even want to get married. If you accord a level of respect to me before you even want to get married, that this is this, this is that, this is this, it's like this, like that. Because normally when you see marriage as a partnership instead of competition, there are moments that you have to shield your partner. There are moments that, because shield. No, okay, let me analyze in the African context. African context, they hold that women have to nurture the family. They have to cook.
No, but she cannot nurture again.
No, let me finish.
Yes.
They have to cook. They have to clean.
Yes.
The man has to
provide,
go out, and all of that. You get.
Yeah.
Now the issue now comes from, there will be a part where maybe your family will be saying that, it's not your wife that's cooking. It's not your wife that's cooking. It's not your this. It's not your that. It's not your this. But the issue is, you as a man, you know that one, your wife respects you. Two,
no. Also, that's what I want us to know.
That is why I'm telling you that.
No, that's what I want us to hammer on, right?
Yes.
Your family says your wife is not cooking. You turn to your family. Yes. Do you also know that my wife is making 500,000? I'm making 100,000. Simple.
Why should I say that to them?
No, you should go into those details because.
No, it is my marriage.
No, the role has to switch. So your family has to understand that the role is switching. When you don't give your family that detail, they start thinking that she's a bad woman.
When you talk about she's a bad woman, right? I think that is how people give others that power over their union.
Anyway, we can pull this debate forever. Let us also jump in.
Okay, so I said never.
Yes.
Basically because we said money is a determining factor for many people's behavior. Yeah, people's behavior
consciously and
patterns,
unconsciously.
yes,
Yeah.
it's so much determined by money. First off, I want to point in the fact that men do change when money comes in.
Yes.
But trust me, women, if there's a word like changer, women change.
To give you more.
Where?
Yeah.
You get. Have you walked into an office? Have you walked into an office where it's been headed by a woman? Do you see how rude she gets? Do you see how disrespectful she is? But you can get into the office of a man who is rich. The man does not. Women automatically feel like once they have money, they're up there.
No, but I'd like to just poke those holes, right? Do you also know that a woman has to adopt an aggressive personality to survive in a male-dominant world?
Okay, yeah, I understand that sometimes it has to be like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it depends. Now, let that personality come up when you see somebody who is aggressive towards you. Because I'll not imagine I walk into an office, I'm like, good afternoon, ma. Then she's on a computer. So I hesitate, I don't say anything again.
Yeah.
She says nothing. Good afternoon, ma. What is it? I'm not hearing the first time. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, I have no problem with her being where she is. I did not come to attack her in any point or any way. I just came for something. And I'm like, salutation first, because if first off, if you don't greet, it's a problem. Now I come to salutation and she changes. Now, when it comes to the point of marriage, can you marry a woman who earns more than you? Now, which means at the point of which the question is being asked, I'm not married.
Yes.
And like you guys are saying, you can make your marriage more of a partnership.
Yes.
Right. But yeah, I'm not ready to take that chances. Trust me, marriage is luck.
True.
Marriage is luck. First off, basically because somebody can pretend for the rest of their life. You can meet this girl you guys did for 10 years and she shows you all her good sides. And on the first night of your wedding, she changes up, switches up. I'm not saying men don't switch up.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm just trying to say that on the first night of the wedding, okay, this girl is okay, she earns more than me, but yet she's loyal and all. And imagine after you get married, I'm like, you don't know how somebody is until you live with them, until you guys wake up seeing each other every day.
But Austin, there's something I wanted to poke in there, right? Because that was going back and forth with him in regards to that. I'm not in any side. It just depends from you, right? Now, you say you cannot marry a woman who earns more than you. I think it's you saying that. I think if I meet Dangote's daughter, right, or Bill Gates' daughter, don't you think you might change your mind?
Okay. Now it boils down to personal perspective, right? First of all, there are a lot of things that come.
No, I wanted to continue my question. Just let me know. Will you change your mind? Or you
If
still stand on the never?
with this daughter.
Yeah.
Possibly I will still be on my never.
Okay, wait, let me go in there, right? Because there are a number of things that come to play. If, let's say, I know that this lady is bringing in 50 million every month, and I've come to terms with the fact that it means that I'm not the head of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they say I'm the head of the house, I've seen some of those cases where young men go and marry, let's say, Dangote's daughter. It's Dangote who is technically controlling your life and everything.
That's
Yeah.
one of the
So
points.
she's still the boss.
Yeah.
If you do anything to her in that house, the repercussions will follow you to the office, to your bank account, to everywhere.
Everywhere.
So we should not deceive ourselves that I will not marry a woman who earns more than me, or if I marry a woman that earns more than me, I will still be the boss. No, you are no longer the boss.
Yeah.
And there are many cases like I told you. When I meet a woman who I feel like she's charismatic, she has the drive, she's a human being, I give her the position of, I'm not looking at you that you're a woman, you are the boss. Because you have earned your way to get there. If you meet a woman who is from that affluent family, like I said, same like if I met a rich guy who is from that affluent family, I want to network with him, the same I'll approach that woman.
Yeah.
Because it comes with a certain level of value which I'm trying to achieve.
Ambassador, I get your point.
Yeah.
I get your point 100.
Yeah.
But now that's where you boys are now take personal perspective.
Yes.
Basically because, well, I have main character syndrome.
Main characters.
Which means in my house, I will not want to feel like
Lacking, break it down.
I want to fulfill every obligation a man has to fulfill. You understand?
Yes.
Now, one of the reasons I don't want to get married to a man, a woman who earns more than me. First of all,
She's almost really like a man.
yes,
So that's why
the
it's called-
point of in-laws
Yes.
stepping in. They feel like, I mean, you sit in your house and your in-law walks in and like, my daughter has more of this. My daughter takes care of this more. So you have no say. We watch this thing in movies all the time. I'm not trying to say life is a movie, but yes, there's some truth in it. Like, if your in-law walks in the house and they're like, yo, we own this place.
But for me, what's wrong with that?
But now that what is wrong with it might not be wrong with
No,
you.
I mean like it is Dangote, right?
Yes.
He's the one who
It might
has
not be-
bought the house, or it is how do they call this
The
Mawa's
situation of
flat,
Bill Gates.
right? Bill
But let me
Gates.
ask this thing.
So if he's the one who has bought the house, it's her house.
It might not be wrong with you. It might not be okay. It might not be wrong with you.
Okay,
right?
but you are not okay with
Yeah,
it.
but I'm not okay with it because I don't want to sit somewhere. Do you know one day you might be sent out of the house?
No,
And I'm saying
I'm not okay because I will not try to
the
build.
issue is I want to ask one question.
Yes.
When we talk about head of the house, what do we mean?
Better controls.
That's it, control.
Yes.
Which
The
means the
issue
woman
is- my
automatically like the
problem
breadwinner.
is, my problem is our generation has been focused on money.
No, but don't
money.
deceive yourself,
Let me
you not
finish.
control.
No, let me finish, sir. Let me finish.
Yes. Continue.
When you say you not control, it depends. I'm telling you, sir, because when you connect everything to money, you always forget about other things that matter a lot. One, let me finish.
Yes.
One, there is a rationality that comes to a man that most of the times a woman does not have. Rationality, I'm talking about reason and all of that. Emotional availability a woman can have, but a man,
Yes.
No,
you
man,
understand?
it's like it.
The risk in investing and all of that,
Yes.
a man can take it and all of that. There are things.
Wait, let me ask you. You mentioned two things. What?
Rationality and risk in
Have you never met women who have these qualities
They
better
have
than men?
Okay, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Now, in our olden days, when you talk about men doing all this thing, there is a high probability that most at times, in even men tradition, the men were there for guidance, protection, and that was it.
Yeah.
The women go to the farm more than the men.
The men go hunting.
Yeah, the men go hunting, you get,
Over the food,
but the
over the
women
meat.
go to the farms
Wait,
more than
I want
them.
to just stick
I'm
to this. I'm asking
no.
you something.
What I'm telling you is that
I'm not drifting from what you're saying,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You said the woman, I just asked you that question. Have you ever met a woman? Because now we are not in the olden days, we're not in
Yes,
the modern days.
exactly.
Now we have women who have those qualities almost like men.
Yes.
True or false?
Yes,
True.
it's
Okay.
true.
And that is what sharpens your skills to have money.
Yes.
So there's a tendency that if a woman has more money than you, she might have those skills better than you.
That is why I want to ask you
Yeah,
now.
because how did she get the money?
Yes, that's
Let
what
me-
I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question now. One, you say you cannot marry a woman who is richer than you.
Yeah.
It's always
You get into the marriage. The woman is poor. You like she's lower than you, all of that. She now gets promotion, all of that, and she gets rich. What do you do?
Okay, let me answer
No,
this.
yes,
Let me answer
answer
this
yes.
question first off. There was a point that I did not finish. Now I was heading there. First off, do you know a lot of women marry due to survival instinct?
Yes.
A lot of women marry.
If not all, I usually think that is all.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of women marry because they want to survive,
Yes.
not basically because they are so in love.
Yeah.
Well, there are women who marry there are women who marry because they love.
No, they love you because of that.
Yeah, and then
You cannot draw all of those.
yeah, that's saying there are some who marry. No,
Because
I mean,
even they hotel their last daughters, they will not marry you because of money.
money. Yeah, they'll marry
Because
because
they
they love you. Man, I'm just saying there's some women who marry you
Yeah,
because
it's true.
there's some people who marry you because
The large majority, though.
Yeah, it's like my-
95%.
yeah.
there's some women who marry you because they love you.
Yeah.
There's some women who marry you simply because they don't want to stay in the community and hear like, oh, so you are 30 and not married, you are 40 and not married.
Yes,
It's
yes,
peer
yes,
pressure.
it's just like-
peer pressure.
peer pressure.
There's some women who marry basically because they want to survive.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, I need a man to stand, I need a man to survive. You
Yeah.
understand? Now that is why, guess what? Most African men
Yeah.
who marry here, they go abroad, end up divorcing.
Because the women
Start earning. You know, like let's just say,
Are you trying to answer this question?
yes, I'm getting there. Now, because some of these women start earning money, they start making money. You understand? And then now they start believing that I don't need a man anymore. You understand? A lot of cases of
I think
divorce.
that their human rights instincts.
Yeah,
now-
I'm just saying some cases, a lot of women, once they start earning more,
Yeah.
they feel like their man has no place. Because to them, that's the only thing that was stopping them from trying to overtake their man, you understand?
So for you,
now, so
what
in
would
a
be that
case where a woman you say I'm with this
Spends
woman,
more than you now.
yes, I'm with this woman, and everything is going on well, and we are. Well, trust me, I'm not getting married to a broke woman either.
No, you have said that
Yes.
you married her.
I'm marrying a
and
woman
she
that
was
is
not rich.
richer than
And
you.
now, during the
Yeah, no,
course of
I'm
life,
like,
she
even if I marry her when she's not broke,
Yeah.
but she's not richer than me. But if she gets richer than me, where we are already married,
Yes.
things are going on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's one thing that is higher above every other thing
Yeah.
that I consider sacrosanct. It's my peace of mind. If I'm married to this woman and she starts earning well, you understand?
And she does not.
And she feels like automatically she can take control of everything. Then trust me, if I have a woman who supports me big time, I'm okay. You
If she
understand?
does not support
But
you.
now when it comes to a place where disrespect points out into that
We are coming
relationship-
back to my
Oh,
point.
no, listen.
What happened?
No, your point is I told you I will not take chances for the
What
fact
happened?
that I will not take chances.
We know somehow we're coming to his point.
What-
Yes,
Back to
no,
my point.
listen. I will not take chances.
No, because he is saying that he will marry a woman who earns more than
I
him
feel so big
if
right
the
now.
respect is there.
No, you
Right.
get that's a point. I'm saying if the respect is there, this woman can switch up when you guys are married. Are you understanding?
No.
So I'm not taking the chances to marry because the basis of this question is on the fact that when you get married, which means you are not yet married.
Yes.
No,
So
but
I
we are exploring.
listen.
Okay,
I am not taking that
let me
chance.
try to, as they say in French, recalibrate the conversation, right? Reorient it, right? So the question is, we have said that when women have more money, they become disrespectful. So we can assume, ceteris paribus, that when that woman has more money, she will become disrespectful. Right?
Yeah, we
we can assume that.
yeah.
So now you are married to a woman, and it happens that she gets more money. Based on assumption, she will become disrespectful. What will you do?
Okay, now let's face it. Do you know if we are focusing on the fact that you get married to a woman
Yes.
who earns more than you, you understand? It's a very broad topic. And now, will you continue living with a woman who becomes
Richer than you.
another company?
No. So we are established where we stand on that
I'm
one,
just
right?
saying.
We just want to push it and then see.
Okay, now
what you do.
listen. If she starts earning more than me,
And
you
they start
understand?
disrespecting
And I'm okay, and our family is okay,
Yeah.
well, she is my wife. It already happened. You understand?
So if she starts disrespecting you,
but
you
now,
still stay
if
married
she
to her.
starts disrespecting me,
Yes.
it ends.
Oh.
Because my peace of mind, like I said, is sacrosanct to me. It ends there and there. Because I'm not continuing in a relationship where.
As she has answered in that way.
Yeah.
Now that was what I was saying. Prior to the marriage,
Yes.
if she has money, that would be very telling on her character before you even enter. You get
No.
Ambassador,
See,
the issue is-
we all
let me
pretend.
finish,
See,
let me
humans
finish.
are born
When we're talking
pretenders.
about
Women
pretend,
can
when we're
pretend. I'm telling you this
when we're talking
thing.
about pretending,
Women switch
it
up
is
like
when it
crazy.
comes to money. Women rarely pretend when it comes to money.
Do you think there's one way?
Let me finish.
There's one thing I wanted us to establish here,
Yes.
right? You see this issue of disrespect and dominating the house.
Yes.
There are many things which we are considering disrespect, which to me is not necessarily disrespect. In the sense that you want to control the house, you want to have the upper voice. There's a reason why men control the house and have the upper voice.
Yeah.
Because they were the providers. When these roles switch, you should be humble enough to accept that the roles have switched,
Yeah.
and I can no longer be in control of the
Yeah,
house.
Ambassador, see, I'm not
Ambassador,
going
there's an issue.
No, listen,
Wait,
I'm not going to
wait,
everybody's
wait,
point of view.
There's an ambiguity there.
Wait,
Ambassador,
just
there's an
listen,
ambiguity.
listen.
Wait. There's an ambiguity there,
Yes.
Ambassador. Please wait. The issue now comes. That's what I'm saying that there.
Yes.
When you base everything on money, that's why you see almost every.
I'm not based. No, let me correct you.
No, let me. When you talk about
I'm not based
providing.
No, wait.
Providing comes with money.
So this is it, right? In the olden days, you went
Yes.
back to the olden days.
Yes.
Men used to go out and hunt,
Protect.
buy food, kill wild animals and bring it to the house.
Protect those
And then they would take their spear to protect the house.
Yes.
Nowadays, providing food means that you give the woman money to go to a market. Protect means what? You build a big house, you put a fence, you put a gate man there.
Yes.
How do you do all of those things?
Now let me
Money.
finish. Now
So
let me finish.
Wait, I want to
Everything
land.
is around money.
I'm not saying that money. We always say money is not the most important.
Money is the
But we are
focal
being
point of
if you are being
this relationship.
serious and you are being honest. Money is now a medium to be able to provide all of those things.
Now let me tell you something, Ambassador. Normally, I do not negate your point. You
Yes.
understand? But two truths can peacefully coexist. Now, what I am saying is, the issue every day we are asking ourselves, what happened? What went wrong with our generation? What went wrong with our generation? Ambassador, I put it to you clearly. It is the mentality of over emphasizing on money every time. Now let me finish. There is a whole lot when it comes to money. That is why people become desperate. That is why they are easily used or manipulated because of money.
Do you know that?
Let me finish. Let me finish. No, let me finish. Let me finish. But in this generation, it's more pronounced. The issue is when you focus on those things about money, there are little details that you don't focus on. It's like a man. Most men, they say that men cheat, or do you know that women cheat even more than men? But the issue is that men are always mostly focused on let me want money, let me go here and do
Okay,
that.
guys,
But
there's something which I
details.
want to suggest here, right?
Yes.
We are going to have a second conversation with the ladies.
Yeah.
I want both to provide solutions. Like what you are saying of people should not focus on money. Please, in the next conversation, tell me what people should focus on.
Okay.
And then, in a case where I want to poke holes directly into, like, I'll ask you questions as to if your wife does this, how you tell me how you intend to manage that house when your wife is earning more than you. When I look at the two separate sides, they kind of merge somewhere in front.
No, we are not merging.
You know, you can merge.
No, it merges only if you change the question.
Okay.
Ego is not kill you.
Okay,
When
guys,
things happen-
let's round up, and then we're going to pick it up with the girls.
Okay.
Thank you.